Good morning, everybody, and happy WIP Wednesday. This is Helen with She Sews Yarn and More, but I'm coming to you from my front porch today. So today was the day I was going to stay home and trade these tools in for some of these tools. And you know, it's just been so hot and we've had so much rain. I get home and there's just no way to take care of all the weeds. But I'm sitting here and then this happened. So it started to rain again. So I guess I'll just keep knitting for a little while. So that being said, let me show you what I'm working on. I am working on my mesh crop top, which isn't going to be very cropped. And I don't have the pattern here to show you the picture, but I can show you the progress I've made. So this is the back neckline. You do that first. And then you come down and do the right front, and then you go and do the left front, and then you start knitting back and forth for the rest of the front. Then you pick up the stitches on the back, knit back and forth and do that. And now I have just joined the front and the back, and I'm starting to knit, there's my armhole, starting to knit in the round. And it's always interesting the designs people come up with to avoid seaming. Not kidding. I mean, I've done Heidi Kermier's Over the Top was a lot of fun, very similar to this. You start out with kind of constructing the different parts and then it all goes together. To tell you, when I was doing this, I was a little nervous. I kept putting it down and looking at it because I kept thinking somehow I had gotten it twisted, but if you follow the instructions, voila, it all kind of comes together. So here's the best part. This is our hand spun Hope Marled Cotton. It's brand new to the shop. Look at all my pieces of yarn. Can you hear the rain in the background? Now it's really coming down. But it's making it nice and cool out here. It's been a while in Florida since we've been able to sit out on the porch and knit. And but this is a hand spun Hope. It's spun single ply in Ethiopia. Then it is sent to this collective in Rwanda, where a group of women are able to make a living by dyeing the single ply in their botanical dyes and natural dyes from shells, even insects. I forget the name of the insect, but a chia, oh, I forget. But anyway, I know Tish will look it up for me because she's great. She's my brain, my other half of my brain. But anyway, so they dye it and then ply it. And the line we got is the marled version. So this one has a natural and let me tell you, onion skin, actually, and pale mimosa. So it's almost like a natural, and that gold, which is, you know, my favorite. So anyway, I'm loving it. Go online and check out the other colors. This is just coming. Everybody who has touched it is very impressed with how softly it's knitting up. I think it's going to be perfect for this top. And I wouldn't mind if I just finished knitting it and did all stocking knit. But the mesh version is done with these triangles, and it actually looks like sailboats going by on the bottom of the top. So I'll be starting that, I think, in like another 10 rows. So super duper excited about that. This is what I was going to show you first. This is brand new-ish, brand new to me. I think it just came out a couple days ago. And it's the Audrey scarf. And Becky Beagle from Nomadic Knits. I know we have some of their books in the shop. They're a lot of fun. I don't know the last one they published, but they've been very active with knit-alongs and stuff. And this is actually working out because it's knit in Olive and Chuyu's yarn, which they just came for our birthday celebration, which was a lot of fun. We bought, hay fever sitting outside. Sorry, guys. Carolyn, the dyer behind Olive and Chuyu, oh, I just dropped my knitting, did a botanical dyeing class, and that went over real big. A lot of people couldn't do it because there was only so much room. So she's already offered to come back, so we're going to have to schedule that watching our newsletter. But anyway, I am actually using some yarn I've been wanting to play with called Sugarcane. And it's, again, I wish we had touch TV. And it's really really a pretty little scarf. You can make it as long or as short as you want to. It's got a little bit of stockinette detail there, but in the middle it's all I-cord edge and garter. So I did not do what my mother instructed, which was every few rows, you kind of lay your knitting down and pat it and admire it and go, oh, how pretty. And that allows you to get not too far before you see a mistake. I did not do my I-cord edge there. Now, could I let it go? Yeah, probably, and definitely if it was in a wool. But this is 100% viscose, which you might know under the term, the trademark name rayon or modal. And that has no memory, and it doesn't have any fluff to it. Nice and silky. It's going to be just so nice around my neck. But, yeah, so I'm going to take it out. But just a reminder, listen to your mother. She knows what she's talking about. So worked on that. This was my hospital knitting, because I didn't even need the pattern. And I didn't have to sit there and concentrate on a pattern or number of stitches or anything, because I used my stitch marker to guide my decrease as I did my mitered squares. I had a lot of fun because I got to knit backwards, which is, I don't know, it's not any faster, but it's just kind of fun to do something a little different. You know, we don't want to get bored when we're knitting. So while I'm speaking of the hospital, last week we were over at Shan's. I was actually going to try to do WIP Wednesday live, but we were in the basement, and there was no outside world to us down there. We couldn't get a phone signal, nothing. So even the hospital internet that they give you wasn't working very well. So that was a bust. So I apologize for being out yet another week. But a big thank you to everybody for your prayers and your support. Really appreciate it. With my husband, we're just in sit mode. See if the treatment works. Go back in a couple months for more scans. A lot of you know how that goes. So as I'm sitting there in the hospital waiting, you know, for the procedure, waiting during the procedure, I'm looking around, I'm like, how do these people not know how to knit or crochet? How do you get through hours and hours of that without something wonderful to do like this? I thought next time I'm going to pack some extra needles and a ball of 220 superwash, something real easy to work with. I'm going to offer to do lessons. I mean, I love teaching knitting. I had the best compliment, and hi Cheryl, hi Sue. Oh, I forgot to look and see. Hi Sandy. Oh, Sandy, we miss you. Can I tell you how much we miss you? And well, I got the best compliment. So Leslie, who was here at our birthday party, we were chatting, and she's a big crocheter, and she goes, I just never had luck knitting. I'm like, oh, I can teach you how to knit. So she took me at my word. She booked my beginner's class this month, and by the end of her lesson, she's like, wow, I'm impressed. She goes, you did it. And I went, oh no, honey, you're doing it. You're the one knitting. And I think if you just don't make it complicated, it's easy. And when I teach knitting, I teach the knit stitch and the purl stitch at the same time, because it's the same thing. And if you kind of figure that out when you first get it started, I think your brain accepts it better than if you're just knitting, and then you go to do purl. Your brain wants to go, that's not what we've been doing. So anyway, I find that works, but just saying, don't complicate things. There's 4 steps to knitting. You put the needle in, you wrap your yarn, you make your new stitch, you take the old one off, repeat. And then once you kind of get that motion and rhythm going, the world's your oyster, and you get to do, hi Risa, you get to do all kinds of fun things. So there's my buttonhole. I made it big because the pattern, holy cow, Helen. I'm really being bad with patterns. Okay, I'll put them in the comments afterwards. I've tried editing and adding links to live, but it takes forever, and Facebook is not happy with me when I do that. So, but in the picture, they have a really nice big button, and it's attractive. So let's talk gauge. This Fiji yarn, super duper soft, color changing, single ply, so next to your skin, soft. Everybody who has picked it up loves it. Beautiful, gorgeous color changes. We just got 2 more of the more muted colors, and we have the really bright, beautiful changing colors, which you can do the night shift with, or the shift cowl, or just the mitered squares or blankets, or oh my gosh, I just think Queensland has just outdone themselves with the softness and the colors. So, but it is a DK, and the pattern called for worsted. So I went ahead and did the small because the person I'm making this for, not saying your name, but this is a Christmas present, is a small. But because my gauge is a little finer, I know that there was a chance that this was going to come out maybe a little too small. But it's modular. So I can pick up and do an extra button band here. And I can pick up and do extra, do a strip on the side in the back. But I think actually this is going to be okay by the time I put it all together. And I just think it's really cute. I've never done a mitered square project, but I think it's kind of like granny squares in crochet. You can do mitered squares, put them together to make anything, any old which way, and it was fun. So I think I'm going to be playing with mitered squares in my future. So that's what I currently have at home to show and tell, and it's not a lot. So I'm thinking maybe we need to get you guys to send a picture, just post a picture down below, has to be in this thread because I can't keep track of it anyway else. But post a picture of what you're working on. I don't care where it is. I don't care where your yarn came from. I know not everybody can get their yarn from me or is in town or whatever. We just like sharing. And again, it's about community. And that's why I'm super excited that we're going to get to participate and have a ball fall crawl. I'll definitely put a link to that. We are Shop 21. I'm not even sure what time we are, but the last 2 weekends in September, between noon and 5 Eastern time, each shop is going to have 45 minutes to show and tell, offer some kits, tell a little bit about their shop. So you get to travel the entire United States and see all these shops virtually. I've never done it. I'm a little nervous because we haven't participated in it before. But Barb, one of our customers who lives up in New York, tell me if I'm wrong, Barb, sent me the link and said, this is so cool. I think your shop would be great for it. I contacted them. They happened to have a shop that had to pull out, so we had a spot. So support us. Go to Have a Ball Fall Crawl and sign up for it. It's only $10. And here's what's really cool. Melanie Berg is like their keynote presenter. So it starts out with a conversation that you get to participate with Melanie Berg. And we're so excited about that. We're going to offer special kits with some of her patterns. And what I really want to highlight from our shop is our local indie dyers, because we love supporting them. And so, hi, Vicki. Oh, yes, you're going to love it. I mean, and all of our peeps from all over the states. I have people watch us from Alaska and Ohio. And, wow, thumbs up. I just had a visitor from Ohio come in. And, so our community is, all over the place. And to be able to come together and that virtual yarn call is going to be super fun. So, oh, Erica, oh, my girl, she's put the link there. Check it out. And, oh, thank you, because I know what she thinks. She thinks I'm going to finish with our live and then forget. It could happen. But, oh, my gosh, I got to show you. Can you hear the rain in the background? It's really coming out. And look, there's my live oak. That was gifted to me by my husband and my kids for Mother's Day. Erica, I can't remember. You guys were little. And we've taken pictures throughout the years with me and the kids in front of it. Look how big it is. It was shorter than me when they put it in. That's kind of cool. So anyway, okay, that's it. Since I can't garden, I guess I'll go back to knitting. I could clean out the craft room, but yeah, maybe I'll spend a little bit of time on that. Did I talk about everything? The birthday party was great. Thank you, everybody, for participating in that. Great food from Tango's. I had a number of new people visit that day, which was awesome. And they had snackies with us, and then they went next door to have lunch or dinner. So that was fun. And did you know Tango's won Best All-Around Restaurant in the Reader's Choice? So we were excited about that. You're jealous, Tish. Oh, yeah, I know. Look at me outside, Tish. We're having our moment here, too. Not as cool as you, but nice enough to sit outside. Okay, I'm going to stop babbling. You guys are awesome. Post your WIP picture, and you'll win a prize. When I get to the shop tomorrow, I decide what the prize is. Okay? Go make some pretty things, loves. Talk to you later. Bye.